So the Dallas Mavericks somehow got the first overall pick with a 1.8% chance, and Nico Harrison actually keeps his job. Okay, so with the first overall pick, I think the Dallas Mavericks select Cooper Flagg, one of the best talents in the past 10 years. Really good in college. Obviously, we all know who he is. Coldest white boy ever. Now, I think this could add a really good small forward to their team. I mean, you have Kyrie Irving and you have Anthony Davis. Kyrie Irving is injured right now, but he comes back in the later parts of the season, and Anthony Davis is a little injury prone. But with that three-man, you're good. Also adding Klay Thompson under this, I think he could be a good knockdown shooter, especially with these three around him. Additionally, I've seen some trade talks for Giannis. This would include Cooper Flagg, possibly Anthony Davis, or other players. I don't think this is going to happen. I think that they choose Cooper Flagg because their starting lineup would be absolutely insane. Now, running through it again, their fully healthy starting lineup would be Kyrie, Klay Thompson, Cooper Flagg, Anthony Davis, and Derek Lively. I 100% think that this is a championship contender team if they're all healthy, and I think Cooper Flagg can assist them in succeeding. So next for the San Antonio Spurs, I think they probably select Dylan Harper, even though they do have a good guard play. I think he's the best choice of the number 2 pick. And if they do this, then I think that he might start for them, but he might be a 6-man. I don't know, we'll see. But man, when I tell you, I think this Spurs team is going to be absolutely dangerous in the next 2 years. I mean, they have Victor Wembanyama in his prime. They have De'Aaron Fox. They have Stephon Castle in his second year, third year. They're just going to be insane. If you think they're going to be a championship contending team in the next 2 years, I won't disagree with you. I think that they are. Their talent is absolutely insane, and the Spurs always get treated with good picks. I do believe that Dylan Harper will help flesh out their guard play and bring a good other guard to their team that can move the ball, dribble the ball. Literally, he can do anything. So yes, I think that they're going to keep this pick, and this choice is going to be phenomenal for the Spurs. For the third overall pick, we have the 76ers. I think that they select Ace Bailey at this pick. He's a 6'10", 200-pound, literally a menace. He shot about 35% from the clip in college, which I think is pretty good, especially for a 6'10". That means he can stretch the floor a little bit, and I think that he fixed the 76ers 3 and 4 problems. Even though the 76ers were very injury-prone last year, and about half their team was injured, I think that this elevates them to that next level, maybe pushing them to 50 wins, especially if Joel Embiid plays. But I really do like Ace Bailey's game. I think it's going to translate well into the NBA, especially since he can stretch the floor a little bit, and he's also a very good shot blocker. That's why I believe they don't buy in this option, because they still haven't had a full year with Joel Embiid, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey. They're all very injury prone, but I think that if they do come together and become a core, and Ace Bailey joins along, this could be a really good team. Side of the floor to himself. Now, for the fourth overall pick, the Charlotte Hornets got this pick, and I think that they select VJ Edgecombe. I actually think that VJ Edgecombe fits perfectly behind LaMelo Ball. This is due to his high scoring ability and his very good defensive attributes. He's literally one of the best shot blocking guards in college basketball. I mean, look at this man's highlights. They're actually insane.
The Roach. He has had
Those are just 2 examples of his athletic ability. This man is a high flyer. He can really get up. Again, I believe this scoring prowess is really good behind LaMelo Ball. I think that the Hornets elevate with this pick. They have a young team, so I think that fleshing this dude out would be their best option.
Count to none. O'Meara to the corner.
The 5th overall pick belongs to the Utah Jazz. I think that they select Trey Johnson with this pick. This helps the Jazz because I feel like with Keontae George, who hasn't been as fleshed out of a scorer as they like to be, I think that Trey Johnson can add to this scoring ability because he's really a high-level scorer. Having a true shooting of about 59% and a three-point percentage of about 39%, which is pretty good for college. I think this really fleshes out their backcourt depth, having a shooter/scorer off the bench. His playmaking ability isn't perfect, but I also think that with Keontae George, who is a heavy playmaker, it can really help expand his game. Again, he's a very shot-first guard, but I also think that he can be a really good defender in the NBA. He's pretty athletic, so I think his shot blocking ability can improve, and his stealing ability can also improve as well. Overall, being a really good pick for the Jazz at number 5.
Step back 3. Got it! Trey. Lobbing it in for Kendall.
Okay, for the 6th overall pick, we have the Washington Wizards. I think they select Jeremiah Fears with this pick. Honestly, 5 through 10, I'm really unsure about, but I think that this is what the Washington Wizards will go with. This is due to Washington needing more of like a backcourt play because they have Jordan Poole, but not really anybody else to work off with him. I also think this is a good backcourt duo because they both can find their shot in the ISO, and also they're both good on-ball defenders due to their stealing abilities. Also, I think Jordan Poole is a good playmaker, so I think he can get Fears his shot when he wants to. Building a good, fleshed-out young squad, I think this team could be good in the next 2 years if they draft Jeremiah Fears and he actually fleshes out well. I believe that he can improve well in the league and can lead the Wizards to more winning in the future. Don't worry, Wizards fans, your time is soon. Trust me.
Now he's running the offense, but
For number 7, we have the New Orleans Pelicans. I think that they select Kamen Maluak. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that name right, but let me know. Anyways, this guy is an absolute lob threat, shooting almost 70% on the year. Didn't average a lot of points, but this man can really get up. I think this would be a killer pick and roll combo with him and DeJounte Murray. I think having him as a 5-man or maybe off the bench could really help in their pick and roll game. I mean, first you have Zion, second you have Maluak. That's just an insane pick and roll combo. I think that this would be very good for the Pelicans, and I think that this would also helping their inside presence due to him being 7'2". I think that they can develop him as a really good shot blocker and as a really good pick and roll guy. I know I mentioned the pick and roll over and over and over again, but this man can really get off that pick and roll. Oh my gosh.
that's really difficult to rotate.
Okay, for number 8, we have the Brooklyn Nets. I think they select Con Knipple at this pick, although I do feel like this guy could go anywhere from 3 to 10. He's a very good shooter that I feel like could fit on any team. I mean, he literally almost shot 50, 40, 90 in college. He shot 41% from the 3, and he shot 48% from the field. That's insane. Although I don't feel like this makes the Brooklyn Nets a win-now team. I don't think their team is good enough to be win-now, but it makes them younger, and I feel like they can build their young core with this. I mean, Con Knipple is extremely skilled. I think he'll translate straight into the NBA. He can shoot from long range. He can shoot anywhere. This guy's very good. Also, I feel like he could be translated into a pretty good defender, good 3-and-D guy due to his 6'7" build, helping the Nets have a good offensive attack team and having a good shooting team. Wow, this is 3 Duke players in the top 10. That's insane.
Knipple had a nice first half. He'll drive it, keep on going for 2.
Okay, for the 9th pick, I think that the Raptors select Colin Murray Boyles. I mean, watching this man's highlights, he has very high IQ. He's a good passer. He's very athletic. He can really get to the rim. I think this would be good for the Toronto Raptors because it gives them like a true 4-man that they've been lacking since they got rid of Pascal Siakam. I think they move Scotty Barnes to that 3-man, or they put him at the 3-man. Both these guys would be really good on the defensive side of the ball together. I mean, he averaged 2.8 stocks combined. That's really good for college, and I think that this would translate well into the NBA, making him a good perimeter and interior defender. Overall, helping the Raptors' defensive and offensive side of the ball due to his high playmaking potential and his high scoring ability. Also, I feel like he can improve his 3-ball. He shot 26% on the season, but I feel like if he gets his spot-up shot, he can really make him.
Murray Boyles. Wow.
The 10th overall pick, it goes to the Houston Rockets, who I think select Kasparis. I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name, but I think it's Yaku Shionis. I think this is the most likely pick because it gives them a guard that can shoot threes and move the ball around in an offensive standpoint. I think he would work well with Fred VanVleet because he can create his own shot, but also I think he can get open. This makes their team a little bit younger. I mean, the Houston Rockets are a very young team, especially since they were the 2nd seed this year, but I think that this could boost them up to possibly win more games in the future. On the other side of things, they could also use this to buy. Since they were the 2nd seed this year, I think that they could want to be competing for a championship, and if they won so much in the regular season last year, why can't they win more this year? I think that's the main overlying question of this draft pick, but I think whatever they do, it can help their team win more in the future. But yeah, that's about it. There's the top 10 overall draft picks and what they mean to their team. One more bucket. Okay, I'm done.